A person staying at the Rivera Motel in Kissimmee is in the hospital after deputies in Osceola County say the victim was stabbed over a pizza delivery tip. Investigators say Alvelo came back to the motel room, this time with a man who had a gun. They say the two of them forced their way into the room, and then Alvelo used a knife to stab the victim several times.
And now you're going to spend the rest of your life potentially in prison for $2. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like channel like content and what I do, you can support me in the link. Everything is appreciated. And once again, comments on gun-related channels are being scrutinized. If your comment disappears, I'm not doing it. If I do it, I will tell you I did it and why. Let's talk about this. And this is coming out of Kissimmee, Florida. A woman who was staying in a motel ordered food from a local pizza delivery place. When it was delivered to her, she gave the driver a $2 tip. The driver then came back with another person armed with a gun, forced their way into the hotel room. The male with the gun cornered her partner in a bathroom, menacing him. And the pizza delivery driver, after rummaging through the woman's possessions, stabbed the woman 14 times. Now let me give you more information and let's get some details.
Meantime, a pizza delivery tip in Kissimmee led to a stabbing, and the woman, officials say behind it, is facing several charges.
Yeah, this is wild. We're told the victim is stable. West 2 Tonight Gabrigaticus tells us detectives in Osceola County are now looking for a second suspect.
Osceola County deputies say Melinda Irizarry was stabbed 14 times, all because a pizza delivery driver didn't get a big enough tip. Osceola County deputies say 22-year-old Brianna Alvelo and a man broke into the motel room where Melinda Irizarry was staying with her boyfriend and 5-year-old daughter. An arrest report says the man pointed a gun at the girl, then forced Irizarry's boyfriend into a bathroom. Then Alvelo allegedly took out a knife. Irizarry needed over 200 staples for cuts across her arms, wrists, shoulders, back, stomach, and breast, 14 in all. She also needed surgeries for a punctured lung and severed tendons in her knee. In the hospital, doctors told her she's also recently pregnant.
Good morning, ma'am. Please state your name.
Brianna Alvelo.
She was in court on Christmas Eve and is facing charges of home invasion, attempted murder, kidnapping, and aggravated assault.
State believes that this is a punishable by life offense. There should be no bond set, and it should not be set for a pretrial detention hearing.
Deputies are looking for the armed man who was with Alvelo.
You heard that and you saw that. Now, why am I doing this video? There's several issues with this. It's not about the pizza delivery. It's not about the $2 tip. It's the fact that these people came back late in the night and knocked on this woman's door. Every time somebody knocks on my door, whether it be broad daylight, whether it be dark, whether it be early in the morning, I look out to see who is standing out there before I even turn the first lock. That's where she made a mistake.
This is how I said it. This is exactly how I said it. Hey, girl, I need my change back. And she was like, oh, you need your change? Well, we don't offer change. So she ended up with a $2 tip, which I honestly felt like she didn't even deserve. About 30, 40 minutes later, we get a knock on the door, loud enough to wake us up from our sleep. So my boyfriend was like, oh, it's late. Don't open the door.
She should have listened to her boyfriend. Know who's outside the door. Now, she was in a motel. All motels, the front door, the door to get into the room, always has a window right next to it. Look out. See who's out there. Now, if she'd have done that first, she'd have seen those two people out there with the masks on because they came back masked and hoodied. And that would have been a red flag right at the jump to not open the door. But I'm not sure what she was thinking. Possibly, once again, it could be that whole attitude of, well, nothing bad has happened to me, so I'm going to put my guard down.
But I wasn't thinking anything of it, because it's like I'm in a I don't know if they had, I've never had any altercations. I don't have any problems with anyone. I wasn't like fearing to open the door. I don't know if it was a neighbor maybe asking for something, the hotel lobby managers coming to say something to me, because it was very odd. We didn't invite anyone over. So I'm like, okay, I'm curious to know who it is.
Well, it didn't work out very well for her. Now I'm going to let her explain a little bit of what led up to this.
Pizza came cold. My wings came cold. I personally am not going to tip anybody who is bringing my pizza late at an awkward time and my pizza is cold and at night. So I was already kind of getting confused. Like, I already felt a little weird about it, but I didn't think anything of it. So when I got to the door, she seemed very sweet. She had her hair down. She didn't give me no hostile energy until I gave her the money to pay.
Now, her complaint was the food was cold. It got to her late. So she was like, I don't think you deserve a tip. Now, what drove this woman to then go hire the services of another human being, bring them to this place, and then commit a heinous assault on this woman is beyond me, which once again makes me think she's probably done something like this before. To go from basically having no real criminal activity to all of a sudden deciding to assault a woman with a knife and stabbing her 14 times. And as you heard, she was pregnant and she didn't know, but she was pregnant. Wow. There are evil people in this world. So let me let her go on a little bit further.
They had ski mask on, so we could only see their eyes and their eyebrows. I was like, who are these people? What is going on? Like, it just caught me by surprise. And once I realized the severity of the situation, I'm like, oh my God, these people came in here to hurt us. As soon as he came in, he pointed the gun at me. Then he pointed it to my daughter and then quickly pointed it at my partner and told him that he needs to go into the restroom. So, and I'm thinking about my boyfriend, like, if I react anyway, this guy may shoot my boyfriend in the head, and the situation just becomes 30 times worse. So I just was holding my daughter, telling her it's okay, everything's gonna be okay, it's all right, everything is fine. I'm holding over her, and next thing you know, I feel a big thud on my back. I honestly thought she hit me so hard, I thought it was a punch, because you can hear like the air out of my back. And I turned around ready to defend myself. I pushed my daughter out the way onto the bed, and I told her to stay right there. And I turned around. And once I looked down on the floor, I was already bleeding all over the floor. So I realized really quickly that she didn't punch me, she stabbed me. So I'm like, she really stabbed me with this pocket knife right now, or I'm not sure if it was a pocket knife or a regular knife because it was like a foldable one. So I'm not exactly sure if it was a blade or a knife specifically, but it was pretty big and it definitely did a lot of damage to my body. I turned around some more and she just continued to stab me. She stabbed me again on my back. And after she stabbed me on my back the second time, that's when I felt a whole heap of blood just spew down my back. And I realized I had a huge gash on my back. And I just laid down on the bed and she just started slicing me, just going crazy, kind of just taking her, like she had it in the left hand. So she was just kind of like back swinging and just going crazy and just stabbing me.
So people, first and foremost, whether you have a gun or not is irrelevant. Think before you act. It's early in the morning and somebody's knocking on your door. If you didn't send out a message to somebody or call somebody and say, hey, come on over, who else could it be? And why are they at your door? Always immediately identify who is at your door before you open the door. That's the biggest mistake that was made here, is that she just nonchalantly opened the door and these people forced their way in. Now, this woman's got some serious charges on her back. And I'm going to show you this video because she seems to be completely aloof to the fact that she is in trouble. Smirking and smiling and hey, whatever. Okay. Now, the male has still not been found. And I don't know if she's going to drop a dime on him because they'll probably try to throw some, like, we'll reduce the charges. We'll reduce your time if you tell us who this other person was, because that person had a gun and they're looking at serious charges also. So they're probably off the radar big time. But people, before you open your door, identify who is standing out there. Identify who's standing out there. If somebody's banging on your door at 2 a.m, you got a gun, go get it. Answer the door with the gun in your hand. Nobody's knocking on your door at 2 a.m. to sell you Girl Scout cookies. Okay? But we'll see how this story develops, because I'm interested to see what kind of outcome is going to happen. Will there be an FAFO moment for this woman? Because she deserves serious prison time for what she did. But we'll see. Let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.